Alright, so we have all the details for the Dragon Ball Heroes collab units this year, and we have some showcases out, calculations, all the details like I said. And I think a lot of people are like looking at these units kind of split. Some people are looking at them like they're really, really good. Some people are looking at them like they suck, right? So I'm like, let's talk about what the community thinks just in total. So I asked people on Twitter. Now that some time has passed, it's been about how many hours at this point? Like 6 hours since the actual data download, release. What are your final thoughts before the actual units come out? And we know that the actual units are coming out in less than 24 hours tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Pacific time. I believe that is 1 a.m. Eastern time as well. That is when all the Heroes units do actually release, including all the EZAs and everything. So there's tons of characters, 23 characters in total, right? So let's take a look here, and I'm very interested to see what you guys think here. All right, so far I'll say the crossover team is looking much better compared to last year. We got 3 200% leads, so we have a bit of variety in what units they bring. Sucks they didn't drop Vegito. Regardless, you're hyped for the celebration. I think that's a good take overall, because we do have, again, 3 200% leader skill units is quite nice to get. And where is the boy Heart, actually? That's funny. His SSR and TUR are so close, but this, finally getting an actual grade 8 power leader, getting an actual full power leader, and a time travelers leader. I think these are 3 teams that we actually, people have been wanting to get teams for, or like leaders for quite a while. Maybe not really full power as much, but the last full power leader we had was this Broly as a new release. So it's good that we actually get a new leader for that, I think. Actually, no, was it full power Frieza, but actual leader, right? 170% or above. So I'm actually glad that these guys got leaders, and of course all the Heroes units are now under a full 200% category team. So that's obviously going to be very, very helpful. So yeah, I would agree. Even though there's no Vegito, I think that there's still a lot of good stuff coming this year. Better than last year. Personally feel the category has been done justice. You're a huge fan of Heroes and hoping you pull a lot of good stuff. Overall, it seems a fun team again. The best part is the Hearts OST. Good luck to everyone summoning. Only bad thing is no dual Dragon Fist. Yeah, and I think people were hoping for that, a dual Dragon Fist. These guys are from the Janemba fight where they did the dual Dragon Fist, right? That's what Janemba's here. But I guess they're just not doing it this year. In the future, we definitely will see some sort of Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s doing the dual Dragon Fist. That is going to be exciting whenever they're in game. I can close these at this point. That's it for the quotes, though. Let's take a look here at the actual responses. Art, for the most part, could have done better, but Hearts, like a true hero, became mid. So double Vegito and extra can thrive. Are you calling Hearts mid? Is that what I'm getting at here? Hearts is pretty good, actually. I think Hearts is quite a strong character. Discard for 5 turns, I think, can be very effective in, especially the Wicked Bloodline red zone. I think that's definitely going to be very good. I don't know how the actual Dragon Ball Heroes red zone is going to look like in terms of like how many phases there are and stuff like that. But I'm assuming that maybe it'll be in the shorter end. We'll have to wait and see, right? But yeah, I like Hearts a lot. It's just that you want to use specifically extreme class crossover as possible, which is not the worst thing ever. I think crossover definitely did get a good amount of buffs extreme class wise. I mean, I'd say like, the Few is pretty good. I think that the Golden Cooler is actually exceptional. Well, we could take a look here. That's better. Even what's her name? Poutine is quite good. I think that not Poutine, I mean Rebellu is actually really good. There's a ton of good extreme class options. Sealist looks strong. I haven't seen actual gameplay of him yet, but there's good options. Megigabur, you could even run. I think Hearts is fine. I think that they did Hearts pretty well. And obviously, Dio in game is quite nice. They're fine. You would have liked to see Heroes be a stronger team at the point we're at with the game, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I guess I see the point. Because a lot of these units, I feel like they're on the edge. They could be a little better. I think they could have pushed them a little farther personally. But I think a lot of them are really good. And I feel like, like units like the Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Goku. I think that once people are like actually using them in the game, they're going to feel how strong of an effect this actually is going to be. You know, when people are using them like red zone, this is not really going to be that tough of a condition, getting hit 7 times, for example, right? Stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of like these intangible things you can't really feel on paper. You know, even this Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? You can calculate technically how much damage he'll take, but again, it feels different actually using them in game, I feel. But we'll see. They're good, but could have been designed better. Most of the community wanted Super Saiyan Force to be a buff for the LR, which needed massive help. Unfortunately, he did not get the help he needed, which disappointed people. Again, yeah, I think the biggest thing is no Vegito. It was disappointing for a lot of people, but I would agree because, you know, if you take a look at all the Super Saiyan 4 units, like if we consider them working specifically with LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, well, I guess this guy actually probably would be the best option for that because he can be ran with giant power specifically. He had the Saiyan Roar Super Saiyan, like, and he's a slot 1 unit, right? This guy is actually going to be interesting next to the LR Super Saiyan Force. But the issue is that the LR Super Saiyan Force, since day one, I've been saying this, no prepared for battle is huge in a bad way, right? Not having that is very bad because none of these units have shocking speed or GT, so there's no key link shared between those units, which is very unfortunate. Goku, you know, for example, he wants full power Dragon Ball Heroes category characters on the rotation for his damage reduction, so you can't run Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on rotation with this guy. This guy can be with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but again, they share Super Saiyan First Battle Saiyan Roar, which is like a good attack link pairing. I think you can run them on rotation together, especially because this guy gives himself key. But them not sharing any key links, it still does suck, right? Bardock would prefer to be in the crossover team. I mean, if you run the giant power team led by Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, that's fine as well. But again, they only share 2 links: Super Saiyan, Saiyan Roar. Same with this Gohan, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Roar. I don't know. It's just none of these guys, like aside from Gohan, maybe feel like a true partner for Super Saiyan 4 LR Gogeta, and you know, that's what a lot of people wanted from these Super Saiyan 4 units. So it's kind of weird, right? That they don't actually work that well next to him. It'd be like that, I guess. They're good. Easy Ace has some really solid ones, but nothing crazy. Some of the restrictions suck when both units will start too. Remember Goku and Vegeta, one of them Super Slot 1 God. They'd be say, I would say with Goku, I think that what they should have done, I think I said that in the original video, but he has a guaranteed crit here. I think they should have just made this like 10-15% extra damage reduction, and then he would have been really good once he takes those 7 attacks. He'll be deep enough in the fight where it actually really truly matters, because I feel like early on in some of these red zone stages you can get away with just the 30%. But looking at gameplay, once he has his full defense buff up, he is at a respectable defense amount pre-super attack, concerning he still gets this 30% damage reduction. Then he gets a ton of defense on super when he actually is attacking. So that is gonna be that would be a pretty massive thing for him. But unfortunately, they give him the crit instead, which is fine. It's cool, right? I just think that this guy would have been better being more designed as slot 1. And yeah, that's my opinion. Same with like Hearts. I think a lot of Hearts' partners, like Hearts could have been I think, what if he just guarded permanently? Like, especially once he transformed, just kept the guard the whole time. I think that would have been very helpful as a slot 1 unit. They're good, not the best units in the game, but not complete zeros. For what are essentially banned units, being able to tank red zone normals is what you ask for. And getting more units that can tank supers into Beast or Orange Piccolo. I said orange. Or anyway, whichever comes first. I would say yeah, because you have to keep in mind, this is guaranteed featured SSR, and they're not actually Dokkan Fest. They can be on the level of Dokkan Fest, and they've been grateful to give us these characters that are like better, like that they used to be. Like, remember when Heroes used to release and they used to be just SSRs basically, and they're basically only banner unit level, and now they're actually, I would say, like, some of these characters are actually Dokkan Festival level for some of these 2022 Dokkan Fest units, right? So I think they've been extremely great. Not grateful is the right word. What's the word to use? They just been good with how they've been handling these units recently. Like, look at all these units, dude, that are, I'd say every single unit here except for probably this Vegeta. It kind of looks wonky a little. Lags is not that great right now. And then probably you. But other than that, I think every single other unit here has an actual purpose and a place you can use them. Even these two, I feel like you can have a place to actually use them. Even if this guy's your last ditch option on the Hearts crossover team, right? They're good, but nothing special. Will age out quickly. I don't necessarily think they'll age out quickly, but the thing about the Heroes team is that they want to be on the Heroes team, but then obviously when you feel power creep, especially on the GP version, when anniversary is in like 2-3 months, and there's a jump in power creep, not only with the units but with the events, the Heroes category doesn't get buffed until like 11 months after the anniversary, like 10-11 months, and then you really feel the units just kind of stagnate like that, right? They just stay still. So that's the only thing about that, which is why they kind of basically age out in a sense. On global, it's not really as much of an issue, but yeah, I don't think they're overhyped, but we'll see. For sure. Cutting on Gogeta 4 buffs, we just didn't really get, which is why people were overacting, so disappointed. Yeah, I think people are a little more disappointed than they should be. I think they're repeating the endless banner, giving them restrictions they shouldn't have, giving the heroes more freedoms to run other teams will increase how attractive the units are. And I would say that, yeah, again, if they weren't as restrictive to the heroes team specifically, like units like Supreme Guide Time, I think people are like really like excited about, because she's not restricted to that team at all. Okay, I didn't show the easy stats, right? But she's not restricted to being on that team at all, right? Even like a unit like Fu, he has a restriction, but it's time travelers, so that's more than just the heroes units that get buffed once every year. Even Rebel, she technically gets the Scouter, like she gets all this with Dragon Ball Heroes, but all of this is still very useful, right? I think you guys kind of get my point, compared to like a unit like Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, where he gets a whole second super attack and 80% defense, and he has to have a full rotation of super class heroes, basically, right? I don't know. Even Giant Power doesn't get updated much, so that I see people's point, where maybe they restrict these guys a little too much. Better than last year. In general, good. They need to stop making it so restricted. Yep. Not worth summoning for a free-to-play player. Yeah, I would say, like, you could summon these guys for fun, but if you're trying to like still beat really difficult content, summoning for these guys, or I'd say not even just beating really difficult content, but like making sure your account is set up for future content, the heroes units may not be the best option, but it's GFSSR, so if you want to have fun with these units, I don't really blame you for summoning. Fair. They're level like every year. Yep. As usual, community underrates new units if they're seeing their cuts of paper. What a surprise. New game reply here? I think I saw new game reply. Yeah, I think Heroes has done justice for sure. Actually, I should have. Did I read some of these? Yeah, I read most of these. Did I read this one? Yeah, I did. Okay. Sorry, it's very early. Haven't seen this one. Okay, but yeah, I think that some of these units are being underrated. Like, probably the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s. So I think there's a lot of people sour on them, but I think they're better than what they're expecting. And that's pretty much it. I've seen a lot of the disappointment in them, and I think it's because, again, they don't work with the LR Super Saiyan 4s as well as people wanted. Most exciting units to you: Hearts, Goku, Gohan, and Saiyaman 3. Yeah, dude, Saiyaman 3, it looks pretty stupid, for sure. They're good units, but worth skipping for the average free-to-play player, since a lot of them are crossover dependent. Animations are mid besides Hearts and Goku. Yeah, the animations this year, they're fine. I wouldn't say they're mid, but they're fine. Like you were saying, you don't like them at all. Last year, some of the heroes, and you don't regret that you used them. And a lot of content with this year, the units will be the same. Maybe not all of them will use hardest content, but for that, have LR Vegeta Trunks. Yeah, and I think that's a good way to take it. Again, you summon for these units if you want to just have fun. Like the freaking Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s, like Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, freaking Dio, dude. Come on. Use some of these guys because you're just excited for them. I think mostly. It would be nice if they were better, but uh, that's what it'd be like. A good chunk of these units are good on the crossover team, but their leaders are Raditz pan level. Well, I say Raditz is maybe a bit too harsh for these guys, but Super Saiyan 4 Gohan is the best of the batch. Maybe. But some are good for Super Battle Road, but Red Zone. Now, I think a lot of these guys are Red Zone viable. At the very least, I'll be trying them out in Red Zone. Can't deny the fact that they keep increasing animation level. That's true. Also, they have to give both of them counters. Not every Super Saiyan 4 has a counter. An intro, I don't necessarily think they needed it. That would have been cool. But I would have been cool to see them get a counter regardless, because every Goku and Vegeta that are just standalone Super Saiyan 4s, they all have a counter. These are the first ones that don't, technically. So it would be nice to have seen them have a counter. And I think it would have been really good, especially for Goku, or even Vegeta probably, even more so, just to have the extra defensive ace. Like, you know, a super attack's coming at you and you have a 30% chance to counter it. That'd be really good to strengthen Goku's defenses. And Vegeta, you know, as a slot 2 or even a floating unit, right? LR Luffy, interesting. People had way too high expectations. It was going to be regular hero celebration. Okay. They're the first release of the year, second to Raditz. Have nothing special. The kits will be dead on arrival since they can't survive type advantage Red Zone. I think, yeah, I do agree. I think they'll be fine in Red Zone. Because the thing about Red Zone is that you pretty much just want to run the units type advantage anyways. So the only units that will be in a pickle are AGO, which there's only 2 AGO units here because there's no actual difficult S tier Red Zone boss. I think this, well, actually we might get one because Hearts is S tier. I don't know what typing the Red Zone bosses are, but if Hearts is S tier in Red Zone, then that could be good because we could finally get a stage for these AGO units to actually be good in. Although it's limited some. After this you're released, you could save your stones. You're fine with most of them, fun and original characters. You think people overreacted because of missing Vegeta. Okay, I agree actually. They're whatever. Heroes are stuck in a spot where they're decent, but should be more. You wish this would change, but you're going to stop being hype. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, you could be hyped for what you want, but I think that yeah, especially if you care about units being like actually like top mega tier, then Heroes is not really going to be for you. I think you could tell Heroes is supposed to be like just a more fun thing, and the units may not even necessarily crush the most difficult content. Though I feel like still a lot of these units do well in Red Zone, which I feel like is what they're aiming for. They should be better and should use the anime for the essays. Yeah, it would be cool if they use the anime, but I'm sure we all know they have to use the games, I think, so. I think they're solid, nothing groundbreaking. Kind of weird kits. Yeah, because JP has New Year's and anniversary very quickly. So, on JP, like, these hero units just get forgotten really easily. Compared to, let's say, Global, like I said earlier. Xeno Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gohan are the best in the batch. They look very good. No Limit Breaker Vegito. Heroes Red Zone doesn't give tickets. Yeah, that's true. It makes sense, I guess, that Heroes Red Zone doesn't give tickets. It would have been, imagine if we got tickets for the banner for that. That would have been sick, though. Oh well. For the rest of the year, okay, after that trash and easy units got horrible shafted, I would disagree. You need fun. That's good. That's a good idea. Last year units should have been for the year before. This year should have been last year. Is that because you want Vegito this year? I'm confused. Okay. Decent, but someone who's not a spender, and with Christmas and New Year's on the horizon, you consider not rolling. Again, I think that's fair. You're on the fence. You want to see more of them in game, though some of the clips don't give you high hopes. That's also a fair take. Beast Gone is now we save for him. Then it comes up to get a good ton of pipes. Yeah, I guess that's fair. You want them, so you can care less about what other people think you want them. Very much overhated. Yeah, have fun. If you're going to have fun with these hero units, that's going to be pretty cool to see. I personally like heroes. For the most part, for the characters, right? I would like the characters to be a little stronger. But I'm a little bit of a, like, top tier. Like, oh my god, these units are X amount powerful. Let's go. You know, I'm that type of person that gets hyped seeing mega OP busted characters, right? It seems like what mistake did I make? Because you made a mistake. What mistake? Did I make a mistake? Let me check that real quick. Okay, check and let me know what you guys think. 150% additional attack, high chance becoming a super attack. Yeah, okay. 20% reduction. Yeah, 30% attack up to 150%, and then 6% reduction up to 30%. Yeah, with each crossover category ally. He seals himself when HP is 30% below. Yeah. For his attack needs one turn cost advantage. What mistake did I make, sir? This is all correct. Hello. Hello? Am I this is the same thing. I'm so confused. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I made a mistake. Okay. Sure. Okay. Awesome. I did not make a mistake. This is slander. Okay. I just wanted to point that out real quick. Should have been a bit better since there's restricted. Hearts should have guaranteed. I'm assuming you mean guard, which I would agree. Sorry for people who skipped gammas for them. Yeah. I think we got just a general idea of what people are thinking. I unfortunately don't think I'll be able to read every single response, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Maybe if I missed yours, I'm sorry. But yeah, seemingly it seems like a lot of people are feeling the same way at this point. People have kind of like evened out in a sense of their opinions, because I saw a lot of varying opinions. Even now we still saw some, but yeah, thank you all for watching. Heroes tomorrow, or I guess later today when this video goes up, and I'll catch you next time.